What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Now, with the Hashira Training arc officially done in the anime, I thought I would go back and revisit my thoughts on the Hashira Training arc now that it's done. Because if you remember correctly, about halfway through Hashira Training, I think when we were at like episode 5 or so, I decided to make a video on Hashira Training and how it has pretty much been infinitely improved than from what it was in the manga. And let me just say that after that video, yeah, that point stays true. That point is still facts, man. Like the Hashira Training is just infinitely better in the anime than it ever was in the manga. Like it's actually kind of insane, like how good it is now. Like a lot of people want to clown on it, say it's mid, and then it's just training and not actual like good stuff was going on. But like if you peel back the curtain, you see that a lot of good stuff was going on in that arc. So one thing that I really like about the arc as a whole that I never really got a chance to touch on is Tanjiro's through line throughout the entire arc. Now, Tanjiro, the whole reason we're having this Hashira training arc is for everybody in the main cast to get stronger to fight Muzan, right? Like it's also for the Hashira to sharpen their skills and get even stronger. So they're like training against each other and stuff like that. Now, we know that the like 75% of the Demon Slayer core, like didn't really help them that much because none of them were really able to get stronger like that because they didn't have the capabilities, but Tanjiro does. So you get to see Tanjiro throughout the entire 8 episodes, working with all of the Hashira, getting stronger with each episode, connecting with them in ways that we didn't get a chance to see in the manga. And by the end of the arc, he's standing toe to toe with the Hashira, ready to face Muzan. Like that entire through line for Tanjiro's character throughout the arc is basically him getting to Hashira level and earning his right to stand alongside them to basically fight Muzan and fight him back. Like, we all knew that Tanjiro was strong to begin with, but what this arc is able to show in the anime that I don't think the manga was ever really able to like fully convey is that this arc is Tanjiro proving himself that he is on that level, that he is on the same strength as them, that he can stand alongside them. And man, that just hits when you watch it all back. Like you see Tanjiro from the beginning, like a scared kid who lost his family. And then you get to the end of Hashira training. He's at his peak. He's the strongest he's ever been, and he's ready to take on Muzan, the man or the demon that took everything from him. That's poetic. I don't care. I loved it. Like that's one of the best things about Hashira training is what they do for Tanjiro's character. Now, another thing that I really liked is the anime original editions. I talked about this before in my other video, but it bears repeating. The anime original decisions that they make are so good for the story as a whole. One of my favorites is what they do with my boy from Entertainment District. How am I forgetting his name? Dude, I swear. Is it Tengen? I think it's Tengen. Right? It's got to be Tengen. How am I dumb? Yes, Tengen Uzui. Oh my god. I can't believe I was forgetting my goat's name for a second. Tengen, bro. What they were doing with Tengen in the Hashira training arc in the anime is incredible. In the manga, he's kind of just like one panel where like Tanjiro shows up and then he beats his thing and then he dips. Like I think if I remember correctly, it was just one panel in the manga. But in the anime, dog, like Tengen in the anime is very well fleshed out for this arc. Like, not only do you get Entertainment District arc callbacks, which I love because Entertainment District is still my favorite arc in Demon Slayer, but you get to see Tengen grapple a little bit with some survivor's guilt, right? Like Tengen, like I think, like during the arc, like you see his wives even talk about it. Like It's kind of implied that Tengen really wishes that he kind of died at Entertainment District because he's guilty that he can't fight at full strength with everyone and put his life on the line to help them. Like, that's so good. If I remember correctly, you don't get anything like that for Tengen in the manga. Like, Tengen after Entertainment District in the manga is kind of just a stagnant character where he doesn't really like change much. You don't really get to see much for him. But in the anime, they just went off and decided to flesh him out and like give him survivor's guilt that I never thought we'd see before. And then like Tanjiro helps him move past that and is able to show him that there are other ways that he can help the Demon Slayer Corps, and that just helps further his conviction to help them and help to train them up. I love that. That is one of my favorite additions that they make to the arc. Like, it's so good, man. And then another thing that I like when it comes to anime original stuff is what they do with Muichiro. Now, Muichiro is a character that was a little bit hit and miss for me in the manga. Like, he's really like fleshed out in Swordsmith Village. I didn't really like Swordsmith Village like that. And then he's in Hashira Training, and Hashira Training isn't that good in the manga. And spoiler alert, he dies in Infinity Castle. So, unlike many others, I didn't really have much of an attachment to Muichiro. But once again, the anime fixed that. Like, in the anime, you get to see Muichiro just be a kid. Like, seeing him with the paper airplanes and like really getting to see him like bond with everyone, especially Tanjiro. Like, you get to see him just embrace being a kid again, like his brother wanted for him, man. It's so good. Like, I never thought that I would like Muichiro, but like the anime really fixed him for me. Like, it showed like for his brother too. Like, his brother always wanted him to like just be a kid, like be what he never got the chance to be, make friends, like just be a kid. And now like you get to see him doing that, like making friends with all the other members of the Demon Slayer Corps, training with them, training with Sanemi, like just being friends with Tanjiro and like bonding over paper airplanes. Like, they do so much to really like hammer home that yeah, Muichiro is just a kid and he just wants to make friends and he just wants to like find a way to be friends with people. But he never really knew how to do that until he met Tanjiro. But man, the cherry on top for Muichiro in this arc is when you have that final anime original scene with them where it's Muichiro talking to Tanjiro and he's basically just like, let's take down Muzan together. And like, it hits so much harder because we know what happens to Muichiro. You know what happens to him. So the fact that you get this anime original moment with him and Tanjiro near the end is just, it's just peak, man. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, it was so good. But moving on from the anime original content, the final thing that I thought was really good was everything with Muzan and Ubuyashiki. Now, in the manga, I didn't really feel much for that because, like, once again, Hashira Training just kind of felt like a stopgap before we got to everything with Infinity Castle. But Muzan and Ubuyashiki here at the end is so good. Like, the animation in their interaction is like, I wasn't expecting it to be that good, man. Like, and then you got like Ubuyashiki telling Muzan about like his children and how they're like, I think it was like, how do you say, the tiger chasing the dragon or something like that, and they're gonna like take him down. I loved the visual metaphor that they were using, and I just loved everything about that. And then to top it all off, the explosion was amazing. I couldn't believe that. And then like, oh my god! And then after the explosion, true to Ubuyashiki's word, his children all come to defend his honor and to finally kill him. Like, that was so good. Oh wait, how did I also forget Guillaume? They made Guillaume's shit good too. Like, I couldn't even believe that. Like, I didn't really like Guillaume's another character that I didn't really care about because he kind of comes in like he really gets his like development near the end. But man, they made it good. The voice acting for him, like the OST choices for what was going on with him, really solid. Really solid. I still don't really have much to talk about Guillaume because he's kind of a character that I didn't really resonate with the most. But I might make another video talking about more about Guillaume's character in the future. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What did you think about Hashira Training now that it's all said and done? Do you still think it's kind of like a mid arc from the manga, or do you actually think that it has been improved from the manga and is actually a good arc, similar to my line of thinking? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.